HIP-HOPWIRED, this one right here is a real special one. There's no playlist in the world. If you're having an intimate moment with your lady, there's certain artists that are on there. There's certain songs that are on there. You cannot have one of them playlists without having a Division record on there, at least one. At least, and I got Daniel from Division with me. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Do you understand that any playlist, any intimate playlist got to have one of your records on there?
I've heard that.
You've heard that?
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Do you mind if I paint a picture real quick to the people?
Go ahead.
2016, young Weso was just running around interning at Hot 97. Shout out to all my people at Hot 97. There was one day I did a lot. They were like, you know what? We got some tickets for you. Guess whose concert it was? It was a Division concert.
In 2016, you said?
It was around 2016, 2017, around that time.
Was that Bowery?
I don't remember which venue it was, but this is the thing, right? I'm a big fan. I've been a big fan. I'm a day one. My cousin, shout out to Omar, that's like my big brother. I gave him the tickets because he's the one that put me onto y'all. So I didn't even get to go, but that was such a full circle moment for me to be talking to you right now. Back in 2016, almost 10 years ago, the way I was rewarded as an intern was a pair of tickets to come see y'all.
That's dope. Shout out to Hot 97.
Let's go back to that year, 2016, September 5th. Paint that picture to me for those who weren't there.
That was a very interesting time in music, I find. Because it was in one of the most beautiful places that music could be, because of the new ability to discover, right? Because I had SoundCloud just starting, Spotify was just kind of really getting rolling. Yeah. And so this was the beginning of people just being able to type in a song and it be there.
Yeah.
And everybody was just digging. It felt like the whole music, anyone that was into music was just digging to find things and put people up on things.
Yeah.
And the space of R&B was very like not R&B.
If you had to explain it, what was it? If it wasn't that
other.
So if it was like a checkbox, you would have hit other.
It wasn't really like that. There was R&B. A lot of mainstream R&B had gone pop. A lot of
pop gone R&B.
A lot of pop tried to go R&B.
Yeah.
A lot of the new acts that were trying to wave more of an R&B style was more like R&B stylings or R&B vibes without being R&B vocalists or R&B instrumentalist musicians.
Yeah.
And so being that was the era and the generation that we kind of came up in, we still had some of that, like, that sauce as far as the ambiance of it, the sound of it. But at the core of it, it's a producer who can really make R&B and a singer who can really sing R&B.
Yeah.
And so you put that with the new vibes that were kind of happening at the same time, and it kind of created something fresh at the time. And I don't think we noticed it as much because it's not like I could do something else. It's not like I could not R&B myself anyways. It's like that's just how I sound.
That's just it's in you.
That's just how just what it is. So, but as we received the feedback and realized what was going, we're like, oh yeah, I guess technically, this didn't exist, which is dope because it really leans into what Division stands for, which is, being cool, being separate from the pack, being cool, being divided from the rest.
Right.
And we were definitely divided from the rest.
No, that's a fact.
At the time.
That's a fact.
As far as, what we were doing and what the field was doing. So
y'all still are.
Yeah, well, no, of course, but.
Yeah, but no, 2016.
I'm just saying at that time.
Was a special era.
It was a special time.
That's where you were at as an artist at the time in 2016. Where was Daniel at as a man in 2016? Paint that picture for me, man.
Thinking that this was not going to pan out.
Really?
Thinking that I'm going to have to go back to doing other things I don't want to be doing.
For real?
Or caught up in a life that, just wasn't going to be as fulfilling because, you have to remember, I'm coming from Toronto.
Right.
Our first major success story is only 6-7 years prior, right? We've never had it. It's just happening at that time.
Yeah.
You know, within that last 5 to 8 years before we drop.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing people that I knew, people I went to high school with, people that I brushed shoulders with, be some of the select people getting on
to make it. Yeah.
And I was like, I guess it's just not gonna happen.
You weren't
because
sure.
even my the other half of Division, shout out to 85. He had done a bunch of hit records.
Yeah.
Hotline Bling.
Yeah. One Dance, I believe.
One Dance is him, but I don't know if One Dance is out yet. But Hotline Bling was him at the time. Hold On, We're Going Home. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe part of my musical journey was just to help him get where he got.
Man, so at that time, that's where your head was at.
That's where my head was at.
Wow.
He was really the one that was like, yo, the stuff that we've been doing, don't worry,
it's gonna pan out.
This just gonna go. And I was just like, whatever you say, bro.
Let me ask you this. At what point did it click that he was right?
Some days I could say I don't even know. Today, like even now, I'm like,
wow.
You know,
to this day,
I still feel like, because it's not to say I don't feel like he was right that it panned out. Obviously, we got to see that.
Right.
But to this day, I still have obviously aspirations, things that I want to do, and I have to remind myself, like, we're still in the journey. We're still in motion. Yeah. We're still accomplishing and kicking down new doors.
That's a fact.
So at the time, it's just the door that he was talking about was just like, I'm just thinking, oh, what we're gonna do? Upload something on SoundCloud, like, which is all we did. Technically,
right.
We did that, and
it
God willing, it really did.
Let's talk about achievements real quick. Division, So Def. Congratulations, your first top 20 in the Billboards with the newest record, Excited. Talk to me about that.
Well, actually, it's not our first top 20. It's our first top 20 with So Def.
Yeah, the first one with Division and So Def together.
Exactly. Yes, together.
Yeah.
With Excited. It feels great. Yeah. It feels great to know that we've just put out a record that is so genuine to us. That is also able to, start the climb with, the not only just the industry but the people.
Yeah.
I mean, we care a lot less about the industry, as people can probably assume. We care about the people.
Yeah.
But to see it doing what it's doing,
right,
in the spaces that we don't put our majority of our attention in, is great, because that means that this thing that we're doing and this thing that we stand for has a large space that it can occupy, and that it's on its way to starting to occupy. We've just gotta keep doing what we're doing, but it feels great to know that we didn't have to switch up.
Shout out to my sis Danny from Bossip. You guys were just talking about that. Even with you linking up with JD and So Def, we're still getting that sound that the day ones
100%,
love.
100%. We're not changing the food.
All.
We're not changing the recipe at all. Jermaine. The beauty of what Jermaine did was he was kind of like, yo, I don't want you guys to change anything. I just want to shine a bigger light on this thing.
Yeah. You know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. You know what this is. That was all he wanted to do.
That's
he didn't
hard.
come in like, I'm going to start producing or writing everything, or I want you to do this or do that. He was just like, yo, what you guys do and that fan base of yours, and I see a passion from people that love Division that's just different.
We go hard for y'all.
Because of that. Yeah, man, we appreciate that, and you guys know that we ride out for you the same way.
Nah, it's a fact.
Sure.
So that was a part of a 2-pack. You also had Love on You. Talk to me about that record.
Love on You was a feel good joint. It was a record that we made for us to feel good.
Yeah.
And for us to be able to speak to not only what we've been through and what we want, but what we feel like the world might need to hear right now. You know, there's so much people talking F my person,
right.
F this, I don't like that. Oh, I'm done with love. Oh, this, that's not our narrative.
Right.
And that might be true to them, but for us to be true to us, like we're still people that are trying to push towards that ending that we all wanted to see.
Yeah.
So we try to take accountability.
Yeah.
We try to, you know, speak to women, speak to women the way we feel like women should be spoken to.
No, that's a fact.
We try to, you know, be as honest as we can in our music, and that song just happened to be like, yo, we feel like the world could use, you know, this kind of record to just feel good and feel like it's cool to go love on somebody.
Bro, you push the boundaries when it comes to certain narratives and certain content in the music.
We have.
Let me paint the picture for those who weren't there. It was like 2021, around that time. We're in big program director meeting, division, Jermaine Dupri, y'all present a new record.
If
we
know what the song was. We know what the song was.
That don't mean I don't love you. That plays, you hear a gasp. A lot of women in the room, they were like, whoa.
I really remember that day too, because that was literally what happened.
Yeah.
As soon as the record played, it was like you could hear a gasp. There was a bunch of guys that were happy.
Right.
There was a bunch of girls that were like shocked.
Right.
The whole room was kind of still entertained.
But
and then it caused a conversation.
You weren't nervous on putting something out like that?
I'm not, of course I was.
Okay, so you were. All right, I thought, okay, because you know some people, a lot of people would have came up here like, man, nah, I wasn't tripping.
No, I was bugged out because I know what we stand for.
Right.
And I know the music that we make, and I was just like, are they going to understand that this is just, you know, the beginning chapter of an entire story? Are they going to understand that this is put here for a conversation between men and women? Or are they going to all of a sudden think that Division is just like the poster child for cheating guys, right? Yeah. Which we got both. I'm not going to lie. We did get both. But
do you regret putting that type of line out?
I don't regret anything because I believe everything happens for a reason. Everything gets you to where you're supposed to get, right? So, but when I think about that song, I'm like, wow, we really didn't. Me and Jermaine were talking about this the other day. We're like, you know what's funny is all cheating records in the history of cheating usually have a part where there's remorse.
Yeah, there was no remorse.
Like, yo, did we really just skip the remorse part of that whole song?
You were working on your karma, bro.
But that was the point. The remorse was in the album. The remorse was in the album, but
we understood.
Yeah. So people that got it, they got it. People that gave a reaction to, I thank you so much because you guys helped fuel a conversation that helped more people know about Division. Then when they went to look, they're like, "Oh, wait, these guys, I see what's
they're good people. They don't be cheating. And if they do, they got remorse. But I'm not saying they do. I'm just saying if they did, they would have remorse and all that. But did you at any point were worried on it may be triggering for those that may have been cheated on?
It was definitely a thought. But we were like, if it triggers an emotion, that's what music is supposed to do. Yeah. Right? And if that can make you start a conversation, even if the conversation is, I hate this guy, or I hate these songs, or I hate this group, or I hate this message, and you happen to say that in front of somebody that causes them to now respond back to you, we've created a dialogue now. Where hopefully that dialogue becomes therapeutic. Why do you hate that? Oh, because I got cheated. Oh, what happened? And then from there unfolds the therapy, which was the working on my karma aspect of it all. We wanted people to start talking and having the tough conversations. Right. So we know it did that. Ladies, now that it's all said and done, if you were triggered, just know Division loves you.
Yeah, right,
okay?
Right.
But that was the goal.
That was a moment, bro. Yeah. Like I remember that meeting vividly.
So do I. Actually.
And
so do I.
But I think, like you said, it was important. It started a conversation. Yeah. I think it brought new people that may have not been hip, which is silly. You should have been hip at Division, but if you weren't hip to y'all, it made them hip to y'all, and then let them go deeper into your discography and check out how much of pro women y'all are, or pro not cheating y'all are. But let's fast forward a little bit, right? Let's talk about. I'm stamping it. This is my opinion. Might be your opinion too. One of the best collab R&B projects of all time. Cheers to the best memories. Bruh, you and Ty Dolla $ign put y'all foot in that thing. You understand a week doesn't go by without me listening to that project? Not a week of my life goes by without listening to that project. Believe It. I Believe It with Mac Miller. I love that one. How about you?
That's a good question.
I love the intro too.
Yeah.
Y'all body
Memories.
the intro.
I like Don't Say a Word a lot.
Forgot about that one too.
Yeah.
You know, I'll say this. The only one, every single song on there is amazing. There was just only one that I was just like, is cool.
Which one's that?
It Was Somebody That You Don't Know. But other than that, Don't Say a Word, Outside, all that. That was your favorite. Talk to us about the process of creating that project with you and Ty Dolla.
Man, that was a really fun time. I'll say fun. And I will say it was also, it was long overdue, because by the time you guys got it, we had been done that music for a hot minute. The pandemic and everything just slowed everything down. Me and Ty met at like a party once, and we just started talking and vibing, and then one day he was just like, yo, like, I'm going on a boat, you want to come? And I was like,
where was this at?
This might have been Miami or something like that.
Okay.
And we went out and started playing each other's songs on the aux chord, and it was like, yo, we should do something like this. And we were really just planning to go do one record, and I had to go fly out. He was on tour at the time, and I flew out to go meet him. He had a studio on his bus, and the point was to go make a song. And before I could look up and notice, you know, a week had passed. Man. We have 7 songs made, and you know, we were really good, a really good working relationship. Shout out to Ty.
What was the first song that was made on there?
Oh, shoot. It was.
Because it was originally not supposed to be a project. It was supposed to be just a record.
You know what's crazy? It might not be on the album.
That song isn't even on the album.
Let me look. You hear the album track?
Yeah.
Let me see. Here you go. It's not on the album.
This is important. Wait, hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at?
Files. It's in the file. There's a lot of records that are not on there.
We need to hear that, bro.
Yeah. We definitely have.
What was it called?
It was Risk It All.
Risk It All. Is it finished?
Yeah, it's finished.
When we get off of this, bro, I need to hear it.
if I got it, I'll play it.
Okay, so the record that y'all worked on,
that we went there to even sit
it's
down,
not even on the project.
It didn't even make the project.
That's crazy.
We probably have about 9. We probably have enough to put like another 9-pack out right now.
That's crazy. Have y'all ever thought about spinning the block and maybe doing a part 2?
Honestly, we haven't talked about it, but I've been, lately it's weird because you're saying that, because on Twitter I've been seeing just people being like, yo, we need to cheers to the memory part 2, and I was
telling you, bro,
that's funny. But you know, I find that collab projects are. I find that it's always hard for it to feel focused on by both artists' fans the way that it's supposed to. I don't know why that is.
Do you feel like that project was appreciated the way it was supposed to?
I feel like that project's super underrated.
Is underrated to the outside world, but to fans of
to
you,
that know
to
it,
fans of Ty Dolla $ign,
know it,
I to this day listen to that.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't know it. I'm sure there's Division fans out there.
Yeah.
That for some reason it just happened to miss them
under the radar.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why that. But you know, it was a weird time. Pandemic was happening.
Right.
There was a bunch of stuff going on at the time. So. It is what it is. If you haven't checked it out, you guys can check it out.
But, number 2 on the way. Hopefully, we need number 2 on the way.
It was definitely fun making that, man. We did a lot of it in LA.
Yeah.
A lot of it on his tour and his tour bus. We're going just city to city. And yeah, we had a good time, man. Shout out to Ty.
Talk to me about working on My Karma.
Yeah.
That was a moment as well. Talk to me about that project.
We wanted to try to bridge the sounds on that project. I think that's the one project where sound wise we did go out of our what we normally do. 'Cause we wanted to try to bring back some of what the 2000s R&B had as far as structure and some traditional elements that it had to it.
Yeah.
That we wanted to bring in. While we were with Jermaine, we were like, yo, he's definitely one of the guys that ran that whole time frame. So we were just like, yo, let's try and see what it sounds like if we were to bring some of that to today. And it's funny because now I'm seeing a bunch of people doing it now. I feel like a lot of the new R&B records this year sound like that, and it's great. You know, even some of the songs from women, the female R&B space. I'm like, oh, this feels like, you know, that like they're a renaissance of that. So we were trying to do that at the time, and it hadn't been done. And we wanted to also bring the story element. So we're like, how do we bring this about in a way that feels real and feels real to us and real to, you know, our listener, the people that are listening. And we realized, like, yo, everyone's a work in progress.
That's a fact.
And Working on My Karma was my first personal Instagram name back when I had just like a private
Working on My Karma.
It was called Working on My Karma.
Wow.
And
how long ago was this?
This would have been what my Instagram was in 2016. Like my personal one outside of Division.
Got you.
Like a personal side IG that I had was called Working on My Karma.
That sounds like a Finsta page.
Working on My Karma. Yeah,
but it wasn't no Finsta.
No, it was just what I went by. But that was also the reason that was called that is because that was the name of the first original Division mixtape album thing that got that shaped into September 5th. So in 2014, 2015, when we were making that music, there was other songs on this project, and it was called Working on My Karma. That was the name of it. Wow. So, you know, we went in, we refined it, it became September 5th. Yeah. But, the thought of it was like, hey, something that's we know is true to us, and you know, it was the thought of being a work in progress, making sure that you're able to look at the things that you've done wrong in life, or things that you wish you did or wish you didn't do, and address them, and being okay with that state. Because if you ever feel like you're done, like, oh, I've done it all, then you're probably lying to yourself still.
That's a fact. You're never done. Yeah,
you're never done. You know, we're human beings. We make mistakes.
Yeah.
We have new heights that we can always reach. And so we wanted to make a point of that album being like, okay, let's show the ugliest side, which is the If I Get Caught.
Right.
To, you know, even the record right after it with that we had with Jagged Edge, What's Up. You know, the first line is the biggest mistake I made.
Right.
You know, it's right into the accountability side of it.
Yeah.
And then the apologies, and then trying to find love again.
Yeah.
And figure out how you're gonna go about that. And then, you know, a lot of people didn't realize this, but If I Get Caught is early on, and then it ends with a song called Get Even, which is the inverse now. Now you have a woman who is okay cheating because her man cheated on her, and so she feels justified in what she's doing.
Yeah,
you know. And so we tried to really bring some. We're big movie heads, super movie buffs. Yeah. So we wanted to bring that aspect to the music.
Let's talk about that Working on My Karma tour. You see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going with this, huh? So look, if you haven't been to a Division concert, you got to. Let's take people down memory lane real quick. Working on My Karma tour, you used to have your fans come up on stage. They're dancing with you. They're having an amazing time. There was one young lady, I believe it was a New York date.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And she was having a good time on stage. Mm-hmm. She put up a screenshot of her ex basically trying to bash her for being on stage with her. You said, let's get him even more mad, basically, right? But you were doing it out of love. Talk to the people on exactly what happened. And you end up linking up with her, too.
Yeah, publicly.
Yeah, publicly.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, only way I would know if it was publicly.
right.
What happened with that situation?
Okay, so first off, that all is based around the song Touch It. If you guys haven't heard that, check that out. That song went, really crazy on TikTok and socials and all that stuff like that, and people had created this dance. And so, we started going city to city and being like, seeing who knew the dance and bringing everybody up on stage and making that a moment for us to get close and have fun. Yeah. In New York, there was a young lady who's, I guess, it wasn't her ex though. That's what I ended up finding out.
Oh, it was her current
That's
man.
why. No, it was a dude that she was talking to.
Gotcha.
That she had stopped
that's
talking
worse.
to. That's what made.
That's
why
worse.
When I heard the story, I was like, oh, okay. He doesn't even talk to you anymore. She's like, I don't talk to this guy anymore. He sees me on stage with you. Yeah. And now he's trying to throw shade at me. And she was like, yeah, I'm proud of what I did. I did exactly what I wanted to be doing that night. So I was like, you know what? You need to be awarded for maintaining your energy.
That's a fact.
And so we brought her to, because we were also doing another thing on the tour. We do these tattoos. Mm-hmm. So what happened is people were going out and getting division tattoos all throughout our career since 2016. Yeah. Of just that symbol. And so I went out and learned how to tat. Yeah. And so we set up these little kind of special meet and greet type pop-up scenarios where I would tat people and put the division symbol on them and stuff like that. So she came to one of those. Mm-hmm. She got a tattoo. We got her some flowers. Yep. We treated her nice. Yeah. And we wanted her to feel proud to be a division fan. Yeah. Know that as hard as you ride for us, we're going to ride for you.
That's a fact. When you say that, we really mean it. I mean, y'all really mean that for real.
100%.
That was really dope. When I seen that, I was like, that's what's up. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people are doing that with their fans. Mm-hmm. So that was dope. I'm not done with going down memory lane, though. Okay. So this next one, let's go 7 years back. 6-7 years around that. I didn't mean to do the 6-7 thing, by the way. That was not what I was trying to do. But there's this performance, about a minute long. We're going to react to it, right? Cool. It's one of yours. It was during the Tom Joyner morning show. Okay. Shout out to Tom Joyner. That's the OG. Okay. Singing. You remember this?
Oh, 100%. I remember because it's like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, super early.
I'm like, yo, I sound crazy.
For real, you all sound crazy.
That's how I feel about it. I'm glad that
look at OG vibing in the back. We see you, OG.
I was like, you guys expected me to sing at this time?
7 in the morning.
I just went to sleep 2 hours ago.
Paint that picture, bro. How was that experience being on the Tom Joyner morning show? We need you on the Tom Joyner cruise next year. We need that.
Okay.
The people need that.
Let me know. But all I remember is it was early. I just remember being like, yo.
But that was a staple.
100%.
Being on the Tom Joyner morning show, 100%. Singing your heart out at 7 in the morning, crust still in your eyes. Still in the
eye, just wiping it out, just trying to get to it. Yeah, that was dope because I know what he means to the culture. I know what he's done for Black radio. Yeah. And just soul music, R&B music. So it was an honor. Yeah. But I wish it was later. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
That's a fact. So you also see in the video of you perform at the Tom Joyner morning show, you got the owl on your chain, right? Of course, we know what the situation you're in right now. Shout out to So Def and all that. How was your experience working with Drizzy Drake Rogers?
The experience was it was really a special time because of the energy that was around the whole camp at that time. Like I look back at that time and I'm like, wow, like we were really helping build something for our city. Yeah. Where Toronto could look on it and be like proud of a bunch of, you know, young guys from the city that went out into the world and tried to, you know, bring them into what we've experienced. So that whole time frame was a really special time, man. That was a peak moment, I think, of people having an interest in what our culture was over there. So I think that was dope, for sure.
Has there been any record that you heard from Drake, you're like, damn, I wish I was a part of that one, or I wish that was my record?
You know what? I could say this. He has a beat. 85 did a beat for him on Nothing Was the Same called Too Much. And oh my God.
What would you have done with that
when
one,
I
bro?
heard that beat, I was like, oh my God.
Tell me more.
honestly, what that, yeah, you know what, I'll say that. What that did was that made me very vocal about when I wanted a beat.